Hi Tony, hi Purple. I'm sorry I don't have an intro going on. Because I took a break from YouTube. I have to set up my streamers properly again, more or less. So I'm on the free streamers right now, which does not allow you to play the intros and all that. So there we have it. I just wanted to come on and say hello to everybody and let everyone know I'm doing really well. You know, I had an amazing Easter with my son. It was amazing. I just wanted because secondly, I want to say this. When I come back on the 30th properly, I need to set up streamers properly. Um, this is a free streamers, which does not allow you to play the intro. Um, I want to do topics. I don't want to do. I certainly don't want to do just coming on here and winging it, so to speak. I don't want to do that. So I want to kind of go through different topics, have something different like every time I come on. I took a major break away from YouTube. I needed to do that. I needed to sort myself out. And of course, with everything else, moving outside London and all that, I needed to take time away. And it's just the way it is. Um, but it's nice to see you in here, Purple. It's nice to see you in here, Tony. Tony, I hope you're doing well. You know, I wasn't even going to come on here because I was literally trying to sort out streamers to set up the uh, the other streamer package you have when you have your intro and everything. Hey April, how are you doing, lovely? Welcome in. Um, so it's a bit weird not having an intro, to be honest, because when you're on the street, the free package they don't allow you to play your intro. But I took it all off because I knew I wouldn't come on for a bit. But I need to set it all up and do it all again. And I will do that. I have a live timed in for the 30th. Um, my plan is to do all different topics. You know, I want to do like things what are going on in the world, things what everyone's familiar with, kind of a thing. I kind of want to bring my channel to a different place. You know what I mean? Um, I've done a hell of a lot of research on a whole lot of topics, and I'd like to bring them and do that kind of stuff instead of drama. And I know drama sells, I know that, but sometimes it doesn't match your soul of who you are. That kind. If anyone understands that, it doesn't match who you really are as a person. And I know the easiest thing to do in the world is to do drama. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. It's easy to tear down someone. It's easy to tear down someone, and that's not my soul. It really isn't. I done it for so long, and it literally got to the point where I had to take a major break. I really did. It just can't. It just can't be like there has to be more things to do than drama, drama, drama. And I can guarantee you, if I came on here pissed drunk tonight, I'd have a fuckload of people in here. But I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not doing any of that. And I just want to show. I want to go back to the person I was. Before at times drinking did catch up on me, which I'm not doing that anymore, which is a good thing. And I haven't done that for, I would say, months now. A while. Hey, September. I've missed you, lovely. Yeah, I missed you, September. I missed you. Look, I've missed all my YouTube friends. Don't get me wrong in that. It was just a decision I had to make at the time, to take a break away and sort myself out. The easiest thing in the world to do is and look, I've seen it, right? I I've been around YouTube long enough to see how people can tear you down and make rubbish of you, and then to combat that, you'll have a few drinks and you think, oh well, that becomes a problem. When you're doing that stuff, it becomes a problem. No, I didn't need to go into rehab. I didn't need to do any of that stuff. I just needed to quit what I was doing. And that's what I've done. Hey, Jenna, how are you doing? I have quit all that, but I haven't quit my cigarettes. And it'd be lovely if I can get a lighter working. Are you still going to address what happened to Harper? Yeah, well, because I do have that live purple. I do recall back then Frank coming up, and I think it was me and at the time back then it would have been me and Kim on panel, and we were discussing something completely different, and Frankie came up and said something. So what I will do is I will screen share that old live, and yes, I will address that. I will totally, yeah. I mean, to address things like that, I have no problem doing because I know I have the receipts. I mean, me and Kim were up here on live, and Frank came up and said whatever he had to say, and I do have that. I do have that live, and I can easily screen share that. And if Harper does come around, I don't think Harper's going to come around me because she knows I won't tolerate her BS, more or less, Um, but yeah, I will definitely address that 100% because that was the first time when Frank came up that I ever heard of anything. And of course, I never knew anything about any recordings. I didn't hear anything about anything, to be very honest. And I was just completely shocked, yeah. Harper needs to stop trying to get on people's panels and talking rubbish. Um, the only thing I have a few questions in that. She says she conceived a child. I'd love to know what age she was. I don't know her age. So I would love to know her age when she supposedly, in inverted commas, received that child. She says she miscarried. It happens. I've miscarried before. Um, so yeah, I would really, yeah, I can easily screen share that live. I have that live. And that live is a couple of years old, to be honest. So I just think Harper is looking out for Harper right now. I had to go back and because I was with my son and I had him all weekend, and when he went away, I had to go back and listen to Purple's lives because I wasn't listening in because I don't turn on the computer when I'm with my son. I'm with my son. That's it. Not never. I don't listen in, and when I heard the language Harper used against Purple's daughter was mind blowing. It really was. I mean, I do believe Purple's that same daughter only had a little baby, and she was very ill when she was carrying. And it's not an allergic thing because I remember this on Melanie actually. When I got pregnant on Melanie, I ended up in the hospital for weeks, and the reason why being not because I was miscarriaging or anything like that. I couldn't hold food or water down for nobody. Even the smell of food used to make me vomit. And that situation didn't pass for me until I was almost 4 months pregnant. 4.5 months. So no, I totally get that. When I got pregnant with Nelly, I never really had that kind of problem. Yeah, I had morning sickness, but it through the evening time it would subside and I could eat. But yeah. So I do understand what Purple is trying to say when her daughter was really ill and couldn't even hold down water. I remember that when I was really young. What was I, 19 years of age? Um, I ended up in the hospital a few times because of the same situation, to the point where I dropped down to about 5 stone, hmm, which is nothing. That's like beyond illness, because I couldn't hold down water. I couldn't even hold down, even the smell of food made me ill. It was that bad. But I can't say the same on Ali. That was a totally different thing. So, Harper, if you're listening, I don't know whether you are or not, but I do have that recording of you or Frank coming up when me and Kim were having a conversation about, you know what, I'd have to go back and even listen to it, but it had nothing to do with anything. And Frank had come up and made these allegations, so to speak. And it was I mean, me and Kim were kind of taken back. I do remember that. You know, um, and we were thinking, what the hell is going on here? I never knew anything about any recordings, Harper. I didn't know anything about this so-called pregnancy neither. That was all brought up. That was all brought to Purple's channel, I do believe. Um, I don't know. I can. That's one thing I will definitely when I get my streamers up and properly doing and leave me play my intro and do all that kind of crap. That's definitely something I will definitely screen share because it's my own channel. I'm not gonna. Who's gonna strike me? Me? No. So yeah, Harper. I think it's funny how you run to Purple a little bit. And bring that rubbish to her channel because to me it's rubbish. And then to make it worse, she had her husband involved in all that. And then she not only went to Purple's channel, she ran over to Buddy's and talked about Michael Vaughn, which no one ever asked her to even do that because I got shared a link and I had to listen to that too. That'll tell you how behind I was because when you're taking a break from YouTube, you're really taking a break from YouTube. And when my son is down here, when my son is with me over here, like, I'm not turning on YouTube. I'm not going to be listening in. I'm spending time with him and him alone. I had the most fantastic uh, Easter with my son, more or less. He is gone very tall. He is like 5'3", which if anyone knows me, like I'm only 5'3" and I am 46 years of age and he's only 13. So that'll tell you he's a very thin, he's going to be very thin and very tall guy. Yeah, the new place is, everything is going well, Purple. Everything is really going well. And that's why I took a break away because I needed to sort a lot of stuff out. My peak, people say you have a peak in your pit. The pit is trying to get everything done. The peak is having your son for 2 days. 110%. You know? So, and he had the most amazing time, with me. So, that's all what matters, guys. I mean, happiness is, that it's so strange when I'm around my son. I'm like, yeah, everything is great, you know. He is the most amazing. Coming up 13 years of age this month. He's coming up 13 years of age, and I'm amazed of how tall he got. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. 110%. Yeah. And that has kind of leveled me out, Purple, to say, like, I can't be doing what I was doing in the past. I need to straighten everything out, and I have totally done that. There's no one gonna say I'm on here drunk or doing anything, because guess what? There's no alcohol in my home. And that's been like that for a very long time right now. But yeah, I will definitely look into the Harper situation, because I found it really, when I listened back, I found it really disturbing how she threatened Purple's young daughter. You know, I was like, you what? You know what I mean? And the only word I had for her is CUNT. CUNT. That's what I called her. To threaten. I look, if you don't like a creator, great, fine. But don't bring their children into it. Just don't. Leave it alone. I've seen it time and time again. I've seen people doing lives on my son. People who don't even know him, and I mention a name to him. He doesn't know them from a hole in the wall, more or less. But yet again, they've done a live on that. And not only that, me and my son's father is to the point where we do speak and we do talk about things, and what has been put out there on the YouTube streets is nothing, nothing. And I find it's funny. There's been so much lies put out there, it's unbelievable. It really has been. It's unbelievable how I try to block an individual and never happened. What makes you more superior than the biological father? You don't. Especially a person who doesn't even live in the same country. And that's all I'm going to say in that, really. And I'm going to be very polite. And I mentioned all that to his dad, you know. So no, there's no rift between me and his father. We just get on with it. I will tell you now, I bite my lip. There's lots of things I would love to say, but I won't say it right now. It's not the time or the place. It's not. You know, it's just not the time now. I just want Ali to be happy. That's all I'm saying. There's lots of things that are going to come out in the future, and that will be in the future, but it won't be now. So yeah, I'm glad to see one in here. I know I have more people lurking, thinking I'm gonna probably fuck up or whatever, but no, it's not gonna happen. I have been doing a lot of research on a lot of different topics, and I really want to bring awareness to these different topics. I mean, there's so much going on in the world, instead of trauma, the drama channel, right? I'll start screen sharing. I start screen sharing stuff what's going on in Ireland. I'll start screen sharing what's going on in the UK. I will definitely bring up that live of Harper, or sorry, Frank, when he was on panel, when he was first even said, which, I'll definitely do that. Um, and Harper, if you're listening, I don't care whether you dislike a creator or not. You have no right to come after someone's daughter like that the way you did. That is absolutely disgusting what you did. I heard what you said on the panel. I was kind of like, wow, I thought to myself, first of all, I'm not missing very much, am I? When I wasn't even looking. In all the history, what goes back with a lot of people, right is right and wrong is wrong. And when you're up there talking about someone's daughter like that, yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, I could never bring myself to do that. But that's probably my morals. But you did it, Harper. You did. You were effing and blinding. I would say a very young girl. I don't know her age, and Purple, you don't need to say her age. But I know if you did that to my daughter, well, you'd want to watch out. You really would. Luckily enough, I'm not in the same country as you. And all your threatens to come to someone's place and do this. You ain't getting on a plane no more than you ain't getting on a plane no more than a banana is getting on a plane. So stop. Stop with that rubbish. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in a long time. You coming after a young girl like that. And then you cursing because you don't like her mom. You decided to go after her. Why? Why? These are the questions I would have. You take your hatred away from the mom. Why are you going after a young girl who gave birth to a child? Why? I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything like that, but it's completely wrong. People can dislike you, and that's their freedom. They don't have to like you and all that, but why go after someone? It's because you don't like their mother, you go after them. Why? I would say this, Harper, if you're listening, and you're probably not, because you said Susan is being whatever. If I was in the same country as you and you said that about my daughter, well, girl, you'd be backing up the wrong damn tree. And that's being honest right now. Because I had to go back and rewatch what you said. Because I wasn't going to play that when my son is around me. Then that's for sure. So, yeah. You're just as well I'm in a different country. That's all I'll say. Because, no, I wouldn't tolerate that. And I do believe the mother of the daughter or even the daughter herself can press charges on that kind of stuff. I mean, people gotta understand one thing. YouTube has gone to the point where it is very fickle. You gotta be very careful over your wording because people can throw a lawsuit on top of you, no problem. Ask, you know what I mean? No fucks given, as they say. And happy you're going around being sloppy. That's the word I'm gonna say, sloppy. You're going around saying these things and threatening people and all that kind of rubbish. You've been very sloppy. And I find it very strange as well. What stood out to me was 1 minute Frank is around and then Harper comes following, which is weird. I thought he was a person who hurted you, right? I mean, if someone hurted you in that way, would you want to be even around them in the same? It it just doesn't, it doesn't vibe. It's just not. Yeah, I can't imagine that because I know when I'm listening to people's channels and I see X amount of people going in there, and I know they may dislike me, I won't go in there. I may listen, but I won't go in there. Why? For someone to argue with you in the chat where it's just easier to, so it doesn't, yeah. And that's where it comes into the whole point of be careful what you say on YouTube. YouTube are cracking down on all this kind of bully crazy crap right now, so you gotta be really careful. And threatening a young girl. Harper, if I was you, I would be very, very, very careful. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Is because a lawsuit can be knocking on your front door at any time. Hey Linda, how are you doing, lovely? Everyone's welcome into my channel. I'm not here to cause any thing. Like I said, I'm gonna come on here on the 30th, and I'm definitely gonna have a topic. I'm watching what's going on in Ireland right now with the farmers protesting. I mean, if you go on to X, look at it, major big thing. Fuel prices have gone up. Farmers can't afford to do what they're doing. I do believe it's going on in Scotland right now at the moment too, and the UK are following suit, so to speak. So I'd rather do things on that and kind of what's going on than what bitching at another member or another. I don't want to do it, and it's kind of funny that when I put in the 30th live, I had people saying you can't hide the live. We're buying your memberships. I thought to myself, well, the memberships are only on there to keep the trolls out to start with, and because I need to think which where I want to go with it, which topic, and I wanted to give my time to think about. I wanted to give my mind because I'm a crazy researcher. I love researching. I literally love to research. I could research all day long. And I was thinking which way to bring it. So in order to do that, I decided to throw on memberships, and I was told people are buying memberships, and I was like, why? Why? And then, of course, you know, you have someone who thinks they're important, and they think that we bought memberships to your channel. Who are when you discuss the word we, WE, who are you talking about? Exactly. Who are you talking about? We. I'm looking at your channel right now. I'm looking at your channel and you have shit subscribers. No one looks at your videos. No one gives a fuck about you. So, and you think you're important? I just want to say that. And I know the person I'm saying it to probably are recording this live right now. We. WE, right? You're not that important. No one cares about you. This is not your journey. This is not your journey. So, hey everybody, welcome in. Purple, I'm not going to mention names. I think it's best off that I don't mention any names at all. Because when I mention a name, um, that just gives them what they want, more or less. I don't know if my panel can leave anyone up because I'm on the free streamers right now. Because I did turn it off. I need to reset it. I couldn't even play my intros or anything because I've been off YouTube for a couple of months, and so I need to set all that up again. So yeah, I'd love to leave you up, but I can't leave. I don't think. I think it's something like they don't. Yeah, they don't. I will drop you a link, but I don't think it'll leave you up. I will try. I don't think it'll leave you up though. Yeah, no, I can drop a link. It just gets to the point where it gets silly. You know what I mean? That link may not work. I can't because it's the free YouTube at the moment. I need to set it all up again because when I was off for a couple of months, I was like, I'm not paying £44 per month for nothing. So it's just one of those things. And plus, when you're transforming properties, you wanna like keep everything you can get. You need to turn on your camera. One minute.
Sorry about that, Susan.
Hey Justin, how are you doing?
Good.
Yeah, make sure you got your TV turned down because it's a copyrighted channel.
Okay, okay. I'll mute if you want me to.
No, you don't need to mute. You need to turn on down your TV. That's all. But that's Justin. He's pretty nice.
I got my TV turned down
But there you go. It's a cop because
because of the copyright and stuff.
yeah, because it's a montage channel more or less.
I had to make sure
How are
I
you doing? I haven't heard.
good.
I have. Well, I haven't been on because I took a break, but I'm coming back now. So, how are you doing?
Good.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. hmm
I didn't think the free streamers would even leave you up, but hey, there you go.
The link worked for me.
Yeah,
Yep. How have you been doing, Susan?
no, I'm doing. You know what I'm doing? I'm doing really, really good. Everything is working out really good for me right now, and everything is really good.
hmm I saw you were live, and I wanted to come up.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I haven't been live in. I don't know, quite a bit to be honest. I'm only slowly coming back. Um, but yeah, life gets in the way, and you gotta take a break for a period of time, and that's what I've done.
Yeah. I had to make sure I had my camera turned off and stuff.
Yeah, no, you're good. Your camera's off and everything.
Yeah. hmm Yep. Yeah. It's keep your channel safe, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, someone has been buying memberships. I don't. I'm gone to the point, Purple, where I don't even feel that I don't even want to mention who these people are.
Mhm.
It's not people, it's a person.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and like I said, I only turn memberships on just to protect the trolls from, because when you coming on the 30th, while your whole live chat is wide open and anyone can talk, but they can do with liking them more or less. So I just turn on memberships only for, and I said to people, no, I'll take that off, before I go live. But
Mhm. Yeah.
and there we go with the whole. Well, we have people who are by look, at the end of the day, they're losing money. You know what I mean? To me, it's just ridiculous all over.
Yeah.
I don't want to say their name because they're not worth it. They're not even worth a shout out, to be very honest. Of course, these same people think they know everything about you when it's actually they don't even live in the same country as me. That's probably a troll account. Whatever.
There's a troll probably coming in.
Well, I get it. I get that quite a bit. So that's not unusual either.
Mhm.
They expect you to come on here and make an ass of yourself. And I'm sorry, but you're probably in the wrong life if that's what you think was going to happen, because it's not. It's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is
Yeah.
I am definitely going to go take a look into my old videos and screen share uh, the situation with Frank to make that abundantly clear.
I know you get trolls coming in. That's
What
okay.
went on. No, just we're not talking about that right now. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
And just ignore them.
Okay.
I will definitely take a look at the whole situation, what happened. I will screen share that and show it. After that, I mean, I'll be moving on to different topics.
So let's say shout out to Jesse
Don't, yeah,
European.
don't even mention.
Don't read it.
Yes, don't mention. Don't worry, September, you're good. Dre, you can say that, but they're the ones losing the money because I had no intentions on the 30th of keeping it on. Memberships only. Just so you know. I didn't intend to keep it on memberships. I just turned that on so the trolls couldn't come in. So in hindsight, that's their loss. And why you keep wine lighting for this person you have never met is amazing to me. Amazing. But do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do, Dre. Like I said, I'm not here to talk about family. I ain't doing that. I ain't playing that game. I'm not gonna be coming on YouTube even discussing them or anything at all. I don't care. So yeah, that's their loss. If they went away and bought memberships, more power to me at the end of the day. Actually, Susan, in all fairness, um, I know, right? Purple, yeah. No, I haven't bought myself a channel membership. You know, I have transferred. I'm not in the same place where I was. Like I said, my son came over to me. Had him for 2 days for Easter and all that. The best 2 days I ever had. Hey, Iris. Yeah, Iris, I took a break away. I know. I know. Is that what you think, Pooh? Okay. I'll leave you think that. Stop, Dree, saying the same slurry voice. No, not at all. That's like comical to me, Dree. The one who used to drink. Well, look, I'm not going to even say it. Don't think it. I know it, and so does everyone else. Oh, okay. What you know, Pooh? You know something new I don't know? Because I would like to know that. You're trying to say I'm drinking, but I know 110% I'm not. That's kind of interesting. Iris, it's lovely to see you in here. I have been on for a couple of months. That membership tree, you weren't around when me and Crystal G used to run this channel before, and we originally bought the first membership when we got monetized, but that membership is gone now. Yes, September. I'm not slurry. So no matter what, that's what they're gonna say anyways. Pooh, we're not saying I didn't buy a membership to this channel. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm telling you now, there is no membership to this channel. I haven't got one now. And for the word slurry, I think you need to look that word up in the dictionary because, yeah, okay. There's no membership on this channel right now at all. Funny how Dree comes in here saying everyone sounds slurry. Maybe Dree, you might kind of need to relax on the puff puff, if you know what I mean. Dree, I'm not begging for memberships, honestly. Like I said, I only put the 30th one on because I didn't want trolls coming in, that's all. I had every intention of taking that off. Just so you know. Just so you know. Yeah, it's funny. She comes in here like, whatever. Well, Dre, if you could buy a membership right now, go buy one then. I bet you can't. You're probably broke. I mean, Dre's coming in here talking about memberships and whatnot. And she's probably broke from buying all that weed and all that. So stop, Dre, stop with your head. Oh, Little Devil bought a membership. Thank you, Little Devil. I know they're only buying it now and they're going to cut it off within, like, what? He'd buy it and then completely cut it off. I wouldn't want a membership to a worthless channel. Well, if I'm such a worthless channel, Dre, why are you in here? If I'm such a worthless channel, Dre, why are you in here? Pooh, I won't be showing my new property. No. I don't need you. I don't owe anyone that privilege. Especially now that I'm very close to where my boy is. So no, that won't be happening. I think in the past I showed a lot. Now I'm not willing to. And that is my privilege. Am I? Am I a liar? Guess what, Pooh? The laugh is on you. The laugh is genuinely on you right now. Because you won't show something that it means doesn't happen. Really? Okay. I don't care what you say, but see, there you go, moving into it. And what makes you think I owe you anything? What, now that I have like my son involved, what makes you think that I owe you anything? This is YouTube. This is not where you got to show your real life or people say you're a liar. I don't need to do that. I mean, Bree, did you show your white trailer when you moved in there? No, you didn't. So, what makes you think I'm going to show you anything? I don't owe you that privilege. Sorry, but not sorry. And while I'm a pathological liar, is that what your little friend tells you? Is that what your friends tell you? Now that I'm more guarded, and now that I realize a lot more, you think that I'm a pathological liar. That's your opinion. And you can have that opinion, I guess, It's a free world, right? You can have that opinion. But because I don't want to show my my place, I don't need to show anyone jack shit. Oh God, Tree. I don't care what you think and what you don't think, because at the end of the day, all I gotta do is end this live and go back to my real life, as they call it, because I don't need to show nothing. That's because you're trying to put so much pressure on me right now to show my home, right? I don't owe you that. I don't. I don't owe you any privilege of even when my son is here. I don't owe you that neither. So please respect my boundaries. Respect my boundaries. My home is not on blast for YouTube. That's my personal space. Respect my boundaries. Thank you very much. Okay, Pooh, that's what you may think, and that's fine. But respect my boundaries. Like people put boundaries in place with me, I'm putting boundaries in place as well. My boundaries is my privacy, and I'm going to keep my privacy. Hey, Nikita, how you doing? People move quite many times, and it doesn't mean say they need to show you every property to move to. I think the biggest mistake I ever made was showing when I had moved down to one address. I should have never showed that on YouTube. But then again, I was only new to YouTube, so if you can't expect my boundaries and whatever, that's on you, not on me. I guess you'd love to see around everything, wouldn't you? There's a lot of people who said to me, that's your property. Pooh, how many times do people see around your property? None. I didn't mention that until I was told not to. Dree, you're right saying that, but I didn't mention that till I was told not to. I was kind of going to show stuff, but then I was told not to. And that came from, I was told not to. Don't do it. And like I said, I took time away from YouTube. Because YouTube is like, you're there, and next minute, boom, you're gone. And people need to respect my boundaries. That's all I'm saying. Yes, at one point I was like excited, and I said, "Oh well, I may show everyone around." And I thought, no, that's the biggest mistake you can do. Actually, that is the biggest mistake you can do, because your home is your home, and that's just the way it is. And coming on the 30th, we won't be talking about any of this rubbish. So, because to me it is rubbish. I want to do topics. I want to move on and do topics. You know, I'm gonna move on and do topics and different situations. What's going on in Ireland? I would like to show topics what are going on in the UK. I genuinely want to move on and do those kind of things. I don't want to be stuck in a place that you have people trying to say you're a liar. Oh, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. No, no. A lot of people told me in the past they had boundaries with me, and I could understand that. Now you gotta have my boundaries. You gotta have my. Well, Dre, that will be for me to know and you to find out, which you're not gonna find that one out. So the people you're talking to are not the same people I'm on board with at all. So you're never gonna know that one. You're never gonna know that one. So who you surround yourself with, they're not the same people I want to be surrounded with. And I know exactly who you surround yourself with. But like I said, oh well, Dre, I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't care. See, Pooh, you're not gonna find out because I keep everything restricted. Um, and for Dre there, I don't care. I mean, if you're doing tours Ireland, fuck it. I lived in Ireland all my life, more or less. I was brought up and raised there. Hey, new lovely jubbly, how you doing, lovely? Hi, Susan. Just woke up as cannot sleep and saw you were alive. How are you doing? Not seen you for a while. Yeah, I have been on. I've been on for quite a bit. Like I said, it took me quite a bit to come back. But come the 30th, I will be doing topics and a lot of screen sharing. I will definitely show when Frank came on my panel for the first time and mentioned things about Harper. I will say that. I will show that actually. Because I do recall me and Kim were kind of taken back by it. We didn't expect it. But it was something he unleashed, I would say. There is so many ways that people can keep their especially me, we can learn to not leave people find out where you're living. And I've learned that one. So Pooh, go ahead. Try your best. Because you ain't gonna find out where I'm at. I'll put it this way. I am living outside of London. Right? That's the best I will give you. So go ahead. Do your best. Hey Ray Ray, lovely to see you, sweetheart. How you doing? I'm first time I've been on in I would say a couple of months, sorting everything out, Ray Ray. You know, Lovely to see you in here, Ray Ray. I hope you're doing well. Yes, a new hobby. Oh, sorry, lovely jubbly I have. Yep. And we have Dree saying that I have not, but leave her say what she wants. Who cares? Do I like it where I'm at? Yes, I love it where I'm at. Love it. I had my son for like I said for Easter. I had him 2 days, which was amazing. Hey, Smitten Kittens, how are you doing, love, my beautiful Dublin friend? How was the farmers doing? I'm literally getting ready, Smitten Kittens, on the 30th to do about what's going on in Ireland. Pooh, leave Ray alone. Just, I mean, here's where I will go to the point of saying what was in the past is in the past, you know what I mean? You gotta move on. Yeah, I know, right? That's Smitten Kittens. It is. What's going on in Ireland right now is a complete mess. Pooh, I don't have time to hold grudges on people. I really don't. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Ireland stays in Ireland. Let me tell you. My God. I've been watching a lot on that. My God. I would say well done to the Irish farmers for standing up for what they believe in. You know? Or when you don't take accountability. I don't even know why I'm reading your things. A lot of people have moved on from situations, but some people they try to drag you back. You know what I mean? But with me, I would say you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. They back down for hold on, they back down for 10 seconds, Susan. Then 2 days later, it went back. Yeah, yeah. I've been looking up all that. September maybe, privately, definitely. Uh, September privately, yeah. But I'm not willing to put it out in the World Wide Web. And the farmers, I know, right? See, there's much more things going on in the world than someone talking about me. You know, crazy. The world is a mess. With 100 and 110% is a complete mess. So here's the problem with that, right? The cost of fuel prices have skyrocketed with the farmers and the truckers. And in order them to deliver to the stores, that means that we as a consumer have to pay more. So hey Jill, how are you doing? It affects all of us. It really does. And the Irish over there are doing a fantastic job, I would say, you know. And these were all things I want to bring forward on the live I have set in for the 30th. Showing what is going on. It's absolutely crazy. I heard they started doing protests in Scotland, which I haven't looked at yet. I've only been more or less looking at what's really going on in Ireland. And I've seen some heartbreaking stuff, and I never knew. Well, I would never think the government would ever go that far. I would put it that way. You know, and I hope these people stay strong and they keep doing what they're doing. Yeah, food has gone up, carers that drive. Yep, I mean it hits a whole lot. You know what I mean? We're already being affected with the cost of living before. Yep, 110%. See, these are things I want to talk about. I mean, not whether you change properties or da da da. I don't care about that kind of crap. It's what's going on, what makes a difference in the world, you know what I mean? As people, and when you think, well, I don't come from a farming community, or I don't come from a truckers community. Well, in fact, in a weird way, because they're being hit with high fuel allowance, when they're being hit, we're being hit as a consumer. So that needs to be highlighted. We've lost two carers due to the. Oh wow. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, Smitten Kittens. You know, these are the things I want to start highlighting. This is what's going on right now, and I'm going to show it. You know what I mean? So we're going to show it. Like I said, I took a lot of time away from YouTube. I gotta rebuild my build kind of a thing, which is only the free streamers right now. And yeah, we're gonna go hard and we're gonna show stuff. Oh, Ray Ray, you're funny. Stop. Meanwhile, here in the UK, the weather's gone mild. We're not too cold. There's a lot going on with Ireland, with the truckers, the farmers. There's a lot going on, you know. Yes, little devil, you are right. It's not just happening in Ireland. It's happening in Scotland, Wales, UK. It's happening all over. Probably in America too. I mean, I can't say, you know, is it happening in America? I don't know. I don't live there. But we can research it. I'm pretty sure lots going on. A lot of stuff are going on over there too. Ray Ray. So we're going to do like today's question and answer time. After today, when it comes to 38, I'll be doing a lot of screen sharing, a lot of good topics, and I hope people will be interested in topics, so to speak. And I just hope that people can understand that I'm not coming on here to destroy a person or even them days are done. Them days are absolutely done. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game anymore. To me, it was a game, you know. I'm not doing it. It's very easy for a lot of people to sit back and see people trying to really hurt themselves. Yeah, September, I'm definitely going to hit on the fuel prices of what's going on in Ireland and UK. I'm definitely doing all that. Susan never say never. Purple, that's true as well. Because there is times when I may have to, like I said, I'm going to go back and take a look at that live of Frank. I do believe it was Frank who came on my panel that time. And, we were totally taken back by that. But I will definitely do that one, and that's a kind of like a throwback look. And I don't care whether you dislike the person who has a YouTube channel, but you don't go after their young daughters and all that. I don't support that. I don't. Sorry, Harper, but you have me lost there. Genuinely, you know, you really have. Gonna get ready for bed. Good to see you back. Looking forward for your next live. Yeah, next one will be 38. We're gonna do a lot on what's going on with the fuel prices, I guess. I will be doing a throwback live on me screen share on one of my own old lives of Frank actually coming up for the first time mentioning that there was a situation with Harper. Other than that, I mean, that will be the only thing I really, because what I heard Harper calling someone's daughter, that's like that is so fucking wrong. It's unbelievable. You know, Dre, I'm not even gonna answer you. I mean, seriously, no matter what I say, you're trying to gaslight me. So don't even go there. I have a lot of counseling behind me, so I see you coming, right? What is Frank and Harper? New Hub, Lovely Jumpy, they're still doing their rubbish. And to be honest, what I heard, I mean, I'm gonna say it this way: if your mother had, if like, okay, I'm gonna say it like this: Purple is a channel, and what Harper, I mean, she literally threatened her young daughter. It's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, seriously. Once again, Dree, I'm not going to answer your questions. I don't need to answer you. Yes, new hobby, same SH, a new different day. But I mean, when you start bringing a young girl into it, I mean, and not to mention she threatened the young girl at the same time too. So that's not cool. That's not good. I couldn't believe what I was even listening, and I even said to Purple, I had to listen to the replay because I had my son with me. My son had been with me for 2 days, so of course I'm not going to replay that in front of him. And when he went back to his dad's home, that's when I decided to say, okay, I'm going to listen to a replay. But yeah, regardless you like the creator or not, that's not a good thing. It's horrible. Trey, whether I talk to Purple or not, that's none of your business. That really isn't. It's like you trying to get information out of me of what property I'm in and all that. I mean, yeah. Once again, I'm just going to say nothing, you know what I mean? To say, a shut mouth catches no flies. So, yeah, I'm going to do that one. I Like I said, I've been away from YouTube for quite a bit, and I am certainly not going to. I know, right, Purple? Yeah. I mean, Dre is on one, right? No, Pussy, there you go. That means yes. Who cares? I mean, seriously, who really cares? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, did I talk to Purple? Did I not talk to Purple? Did she transfer properties? Did she not transfer properties? Who cares? You know what I mean? Did she have her son down here for Easter? Did she whatever, you know what I mean? That's a very true statement, lovely jubbly. Ask no questions and I'll tell no lies. There you go. I'm not fake. I said right in my life. I messaged Susan. Yeah, it's fine, Purple. You did. And I told you my answer back to Purple is I need to go back and look. And I did. And I told her what I felt about it. A mother to mother, I didn't like it. Not one bit. You know? And I hate this crap that, like, people are saying, oh, Purple is this bad person and all this kind of rubbish. Okay? She's a mother who has daughters and whatnot. I mean, come on, give me a break. Yes, I wouldn't know it until I got a message, but I had to go back and and I even said to Purple, I need to go back and rewatch this. And there's no lies there. I did because, in fact, I did have my son over with me. So when he went away at 7 p.m. UK time, that's when I decided to go back and have a good look and see what Harper was even saying. I couldn't believe, you know, that she would even say that about someone's daughter. I mean, that's crazy. But Harper, let me tell you one thing, honey, if you're listening, we do have the first live, and I will, before I start doing my topics, I just want to get this done and over with because it's a burden. But I do believe Frank and me, actually it was me and Kim who was on panel at the time. We knew nothing what was going on. We didn't know there was any recordings. We didn't know anything about anything. And this live is going to show the truth. This is going to show it. She won't come up on my panel because she knows I will land her. I would fucking land her something else. And to be quite honest, it's fucking ridiculous the way she carries on. And then I find out that she went off Purple's panel and then she went over to someone else's panel. Talking about a whole different thing at all. Again, you know what I mean? It's just fucking crazy. Three, that's you saying that. I'm not going to say anything. There's a lot of comments put in my chat what I don't agree with, but I'm giving you the freedom to say it. Whether I like it or not, well, say what you want, you know what I mean? Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I don't need anyone permission to ask anyone a question about something that involves me after I was blamed. I was one the one that put Frank and Harper BS online. I asked Susan if she had a still life still, and I said I did have that life. Yes, you did. Of course, I still have that life. And I just want to re-jog people's memory. So when I do stream my own live, more or less, you'll see how blindsided me and Kim were at the time of that live, which was a couple of years ago, to be very honest. We had no idea what Frank was going to come up and say. No one knew. Of course, no one would know, huh? Unless you're a mind reader, you wouldn't know. It's kind of ridiculous in a weird way. And so many years later, she's like, I genuinely don't. For the life, man, I'll never understand it. I guess it's crazy. Unless anyone has any more questions, I'm kind of gonna get up here, and watch some TV. Do what I gotta do, more or less. I haven't been on here in quite some time, so it's amazing to be back. It's amazing to be back. It's lovely to be back. And thank you, new hobby. It's nice to come back. I mean, I've been off for so long. I mean, in YouTube time, it feels like longer even. But I know it's been maybe a month or two or something like that. I don't know. I can't I can't really say. I know the last live I did was I did the New Year's Eve live, and I did a live after that, and that was it. Yeah. New hobby. I do watch your videos. I really do. Um, I do watch all the videos and stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. If anyone hasn't stepped up to a new hobby, please do so. She does lovely videos. She doesn't go live or anything like that, but she does do really nice videos. Um, yeah, I'm proper settled in now. I'm reading the comments just so you know. I have to laugh at some of them. I really do. Do you willing to show your white trailer that you live in? A home is a home at the end of the day. Doesn't matter whether it's grounded or not, you know what I mean? So I don't know. There isn't a thing wrong with trailers. I think sometimes trailers can be better than homes, proper, homes. I think white trailers can be fantastic. I have no problem with them. Do you? Do you have a problem with them? Oh, she lives with mommy. Okay. Oh, why? She's not a big girl. She can't get out and live on her own. Pay her own bills. You know. Oh, it's not a trailer. Nice try. Okay. Why you not living out on your own, Dre? You're old enough. Oh, okay. Why don't you try living out on your own and paying your own bills? It's just a weird thing. Isn't it a weird thing to be able to live independently on your own, pay your own bills? I mean, you're firing these questions at me, and I don't know. I don't want to be sounding like a bitch or anything like that, but I think the most fantastic thing is to be able to pay your own bills. You know. No, it gives me. I just want to think about what I answer back. You know, I don't have any, anything like that. Susan is just jealous because she's a mother that has 0 kids living with her. Pooh, my daughter is 26 years of age with a bachelor's and a master's underneath her backside, and I have a son not living not that far away from me, so you can fuck all the ways up, all right? You can fuck all the ways up with that one. See, there you go, bringing children. Why are you bringing children into this? Why are you bringing minors into anything? Why are you bringing minors into this, Pooh? You know my son is like only coming up 13 this month, so why are you bringing a minor into my situation? Why? I don't support myself. Who the fuck do you think who supports me then? Who supports me? Georgette. that is like the that has to be the funniest comment of them all. He's a teenager. Yes, he is coming up a teenager. So what? The government supports me. The government supported Jesse and Joe for years. What the fuck are you even talking about? So what? I'm not allowed to work. Thank you, new hobby. Why are you asking Purple when the last time she had a job? Isn't that her own business? Just saying. So why is people saying, Purple, when did you have a last job? That is no one's business but Purple's business. Georgia, I have underlying health conditions, which I don't come on here and cry about it, but it is obviously, it is what it is, and you just get on with it. It's called underlying health conditions. I don't come on here and boo about it. I mean, I know people who claim lone parents for years when they weren't lone parents. So you're targeting a person who's not even claiming to be a lone parent. It's just kind of fucked up a little bit, don't you think? If Purple wants to sell pens, leave her sell pens. Who cares? I mean, seriously, who cares? Sorry that everyone was making fun of me for my makeup, but now they'll be my friends. Look, if people don't like the way I do makeup, I don't care. I genuinely don't care anymore. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not about me looking fucking pretty or all that shit. I'm the only person in this world I care about is my son. I know my daughter is doing fantastic. No fucking like point given, but she's doing amazing. Um, I am gonna talk about any more family members but that. I will talk about my children, but I'm not talking about anyone else. So, yeah, you can fuck off with that one. You know, seriously. Hey, Maya, why don't you show me how to do contouring? It's not that hard. Get some peaches. Get some makeup tips on peaches. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. That's it, new hobby. Who cares about makeup? What, when you wake up and when you're there? Who cares about makeup? Seriously. Pooh, why don't you show us your makeup skills? Red and blue makes Pooh. Red and blue makes Pooh. I wonder who they are. You know, everyone knows who Pooh is for a long time. But maybe one day I might say the actual government name out loud. Well, I thought Pooh was female, right? Maya. Was Pooh not a female, no? Red and blue makes Pooh. That's not TFA. And that's a female. And if they think that I don't know their name, I do. Just saying. Okay, Dree, that's what you may think. Remember, Dree, you weren't around back then. Yep, put the last emojis in there, no problem. Red and blue makes Pooh. Wonder who that is. I do have their name. But that'll be for another time. I don't know anything. Is that what you think? You'd be a fool to think that, Ray. You would absolutely be a fool to think that. Anyways, it's not about Pooh. How could I say sloshy when I'm not drinking? Don't worry about it, Pooh. We leave it for another time. Don't worry about it. Like I said, I wear my heart on my sleeve. So, Pooh, I'll put it this way to you. I don't think I know it. I know it. And I will wear my heart on my sleeve right now. Okay, Tara, that's what you may think. But anyway. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna say anything. Not at this time. Not now. Let's leave it as it is, right? Like I said, when I come back, I'm not doing this stupid crap of reading people's comments, and I want to do topics. I don't care, you know what I mean? You don't understand the level of I don't give a flying fuck, because that is the truth. You don't get it, do you? You probably never will. I mean, if I know this and if I know that, I never fucking say nothing. So who cares? Well, find out who it is yourself, Tara. It won't be coming from me. Until I have to. You know. I mean, I love the way everyone comes in attacking Purple, and Purple did nothing. You know what I mean? I think people are living in the Stone Age where, you know, it was... we all went against Purple at one point. We all did. Purple knows that. Just because we're not doing it now, just because we don't agree with what Harper said about her daughter, Excuse me for coughing. Yes, 3D come in and start with the comment of Purple's forehead. She 110% did. Which I think that's just ridiculous. Yeah, 5 years, imagine that, right? 5 years of being on YouTube. Because Tara, we were talking about Harper and the horrible things Harper has said to on panel. I mentioned that I had to go back and look at it because it was a couple of days back. It was like, say if it happened today, I had to really go back and look at it maybe two or something days later or something like that. But and then you have people coming in talking about Purple's comment, Purple's forehead and stupid shit like that, which I think is fucking ridiculous, to be honest. Pooh, I said I wasn't doing any more drama stuff on the 30th. I have a lot of things I want to cover. I said, this is it. I mean, come in and say what you want to say, but literally, come the 30th, if you go back and listen to, obviously, you will hear me saying that. But anyway. I want to do topics. I don't want to just do coming in, chatting, and da-da-da. I don't want to do that. I want to do a little bit more. Thank you, new hubby. Good night to you, honey. I'll be getting off soon anyway. So the next lives I will be doing will be about different topics. 110%. I've been doing a lot of research. Yeah, Heather, I can. Yeah. I will totally leave this live up. Yeah, no, why not? I hope you have the same enthusiastic feeling when I start doing topics. See, that's the thing, Purple. People take things to heart. They really do. They think that just because you have grown and you went to pass a certain situation, people think that you're still stuck in that rut, but when in fact you may have grown and moved on, that kind of way. Like me, like I just want to do topics more or less, and I hope I get the same thing that I get now, you know what I mean? When I do topics, is normally when I notice when I did topics, the numbers would drop. But if I came on drunk as a skunk, my numbers would be sky high. With it, I'm not doing that. That's not who I want to be. That's never who I was to begin with. But that's where I got stuck in a rut. And now that I want to be like a person who worked with mental health continuously, worked with my mental health, and did all the right things and did everything correctly, people are like, put out your home. You know, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. What do I get? What do I get putting out my new home? At the end of the day, I mean, seriously, what do I get talking bad about my family? That's what people want me to do, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to say it right now. I'm not going to do it. I won't name them. I won't say anything. But at the end of the day, I do believe in my heart, and I've always felt this way, blood is thicker than water. I really stand by that, okay? You know, so people need to, like, stop. And that is coming from I've been through, and it's a lot of things, and people think they can play one person up another person, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not falling into that's I don't want to do it. It's not who I am. It's not how I was brought up, and I'm not doing it. And that's why I said, okay, I'm going to do topics. To take it all away from everything, let's do topics. Let's have a look what's going on in the Republic of Ireland. Let's have a look what's going on in the UK. Let's have a look at all of these different topics, which are major out there, big time. Instead of one person biting the other person. It's not worth it. It's genuinely not worth it. And I wasn't brought up that way. I genuinely was. I really genuinely say I was not brought up that way, and I refuse to actually even do it. I'm not, no matter what, when I come live, I am not going to do it. So if that's what you're looking for, and if that's what you think was going to happen, it is not going to happen. You have no idea. For the time that I've been off YouTube, the help I have got was tremendous, amazing. Okay? And I was told even by, you don't need to show this, you don't need to prove. Who do you need to prove yourself to? Who do you need to prove yourself to? Nobody. Why you feel that you need to show this, that, and everything? You don't. The only people who are important in my life is my family, i.e., number one. Number two, my children. None of you would have guessed that Ali came over to me, and I had him for 2 days. No one would even know that unless I said it right now. And he had the most amazing, fantastic time. And of course, everyone knows that as a Catholic, that's a big thing. And you can put me down as much as you want. You try to beat me down. I don't think that you can beat me down any more than people have done that. I I don't honestly. I'm not even going to blame anyone here. I'm going to blame myself. I beat myself down so badly. It was unbelievable. I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm going to blame myself for that one. I'm going to take responsibility in that. So now, I want to do different topics. I want to do different things. I am certainly not going to even. I am not going to talk about any family members on here whatsoever, ever. Three, stop coming on here letting on you're an angel when I know you're not. I've taken responsibility in every bad move I have made. Believe me. Just because I haven't said it on here doesn't mean to say I haven't spoken about it. Like I said, okay, Dre, you're calling me a flat out liar. Okay. Once again, you came on here, you said I was slurring my words, you were saying this, you were saying whatever. I don't care. You can say what you want. That is your right to free speech. You can say what you want. Um, I don't, Dre, I don't owe you an apology. I don't. I don't. I genuinely don't owe you an apology. Because I remember when you were in my Discord, you left. You were gone. You were up to your antics and you were doing whatever you were doing. I know what you were doing. And at the end of the day, not you, CJ and Tara. Was CJ doing a live about my son when they had no paper proof back up to even talk about what they were talking about? They'd never seen any paperwork. So they were when I made Ali's father listen to that particular live, he was shocked because he couldn't believe the lies were even said on that. So, I mean, really, I actually did refuse to listen to that live because I knew everything, what was going to be said would have been lies. How I blocked a certain person from having my son when things were stop Susan, stop lying Susan. Dre, I never listened to that live. I still won't today. But I did get his father to listen to it. You think that some person in Ireland has more rights to my son at that time than his biological father, that in itself should fucking say something. That in itself should say something. And I'm gonna shut my mouth right now. I'm gonna stop because at the end of the day, you have no idea. And I genuinely believe in a higher being, and I believe that Ali was meant to stay in the UK. He was meant to be around me. All is good right now. What went down years ago is not the same. We're talking so many years later now. And he's coming up 13 years of age. This little guy, I won't even call him little because he's taller than me. I'm 5'3". He's at least 5'4" now, and he's only 13 years of age. So yeah. And Pooh, you know what? You can say what you want. I know the truth. I have the legal documentations. No one else does. So your little friends, they don't have anything. They can make up what they think. They can say what they think. They don't have the truth. Believe me when I say that. But of course you won't. Because your friend thinks that they were knocked out because I said they were knocked out. I didn't get a say in any of that at all. Not at all. So just please. And like I said, I did not watch that live. And even today, I've never watched that live because I knew it was going to be full of bullshit. Because they'd never seen a legal document in their life. And guess what? Ali's still as skinny as fuck. He's still as skinny as fuck. But let me tell you, that boy knows how to put down an English breakfast. He's not like me. I could look at something and it'd put weight on me, but he's completely different. Buckeye was done on Jesse's channel. I think you need to go and look at that. I refuse to watch it. I won't watch it because I know it's rubbish. Oh, hold on, Drew, you're telling me that there wasn't a live done about my child on Irish Jesse's channel? Really? That has been downloaded. Just so you know. Just so you know. Because there's a thing called harassment. When you're bringing a minor into it, well, that's a whole different story. Anyways, guys, look, it's late enough for me here in the UK. I've been on for a bit. When I come on my 30th live, I hope to have my StreamYards properly set up. You don't remember Jesse doing a live on your son? I remember her talking about your, yeah. Well, I didn't watch that, Buckeye, so, you know. And I think it's pretty cruel that someone could even talk about someone when they don't even live in the same country. So, yeah. I would like to leave you with this message. My son does not even know Jessie. He does not know her. He doesn't know her. She might be blood related, but he does not know her. Now, I spent 2 days with him, and we talked about things, and my son is very open with me, and he does not know her. And from what I know, he doesn't want to know her. So my son is a British born citizen and he remains a British born citizen. He's not Irish, even though I'm Irish, but he was born and raised here, so that's the way it is. He's proud to be British. He loves the Union flag. You know, he's not Irish, even though he's Irish heritage. He has the Irish in because of me, but he's very proud to be British. And I think, if anything, it would have been very damaging if he was ever sent over there. Um, Shared to the fact that he was born here in the UK. People keep saying, I don't care if CJ knows about my nieces and nephews, Dree. I know enough about them. I don't care. They're all grown up now. They don't probably remember me no more than my son would remember them. So, yeah. So that kind of goes both ways, doesn't it, Dree? I mean, it speaks volumes when my daughter wants nothing to do with these two people. And she's coming up 26 years of age. So stop playing that game because two can do that. I love the way Dree tries to get in between family once again. Dree, you are not family. You will never be family. Tara, I can talk about my daughter until the cows come home. She's of age now. She's 26 years of age. I can tell you the best, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know? It is what it is. Like I said, my daughter decides not to be any part of these people who we are intertwined with. She decides not to be any part of that because she knows what they're all about. Yeah, Purple, 100%. I mean, they're telling me not to talk about a 26-year-old. I mean, come on. Even though I know what way she is, she don't want nothing to do with these people. Okay, Tara, you take care. You take care of your family and all that. Your words don't hurt me, by the way. They only make me stronger. Who make comments about my children? Tara, you need to really go back and look. At the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for what's right. And if we feel that That's inappropriate. Well, that's on you. I'll put it this way, I'm not going to lose sleep tonight. Not at all. See, Purple, you know as well as I know that's what to do. No. You brought up, stop. Just, you know what? Stop. Stop saying I'm gaslighting, because actually that's what you did for me for a long time. And now that I'm more self-aware, you're trying to say that I'm gaslighting ye, when in fact for a long time you gaslighted me. Buckeye, no one was lying about what she just said. I played that. I had it recorded. I played it. It's done and dusted. It's over with. I ain't going to talk about that again. All right, everybody, it's time for me to go to bed. So it's late here in the UK and I have things to do. And God bless. Take care. Good night. Take care, everybody, and good night.